And for those of you who don't know, Chadwick Bozeman played Black Panther in the Marvel movies, the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I'm a huge fan of. As you guys can see, is some of the shit behind me here. And it sucks, man. It really sucks. He was also Jackie Robinson in the movie 42, played James Brown, played Thurgood Marshall, played a ton of historical figures, was in an episode of Justified. Great show, underrated show is Justified. But the news hit a couple days ago, and I remember just reading it going, no, no fucking way. What? Holy shit. I was just watching Infinity War the other day, and I think that's what's really crazy about it. And I know 2020 has been an insane year overall, but holy shit. Think about this. Black Panther came out in 2018. That was 2 years ago. 2 years is not a long time. And yet it feels like a decade ago. And yeah, and it's incredible because Black Panther 2 was already announced. And here's a dude that just seemed to be entering that prime of being a superstar. You know, this isn't quite like Paul Walker's death. I'm trying to think of other celebrities' deaths this could be similar to, a death in which you just hit that pinnacle. You're just right getting into that spot of being one of those dudes who's making 15, $20 million a picture. I always say a picture. It's a movie. Anyhow, and then to just die. And to do it in a way that no one saw coming, but those that were close to him knew about. So kudos and shout out to everyone in Chadwick Boseman's inner circle, because goddamn did they keep a secret. In a world in which nothing's kept secret these days. I mean, very few things. I'm sure there's some crazy shit that nobody knows about, or that you think, or some lunatic that you went to high school tweets about or Facebook's about, but really it's probably bullshit. There's the fact that he had cancer, colon cancer too, which hits close to home because my grandfather died of colon cancer at 62. And so, yeah, there's my grandma had colon cancer too, but she beat it. So there's like a history there in my family. So when I hear about anyone dying of it, I just go, you know? Because I know one day soon, probably like 5 years or so, I think you're supposed to get when you're 40. That's you're supposed to get a colonoscopy. That's what I'm talking about, a colonoscopy, everybody. Which, if you don't know, it's when they shove a camera up your asshole. And again, I'm not trying to make light of colon cancer or Chadwick Boseman's death, but I don't want to do that. I'm very queasy. I have like this thing called like vasovagal or whatever the fuck it is, where I fucking get like all faint around anything medical. I don't know why. It's a fucked up thing. If I get a shot, pass out every time. I'm a little bitch when it comes to this stuff. Like, I'm tough in the streets. I'll headbutt a motherfucker. But if you're gonna like ask me all sorts of weird questions and start doing like stuff to me and shooting me up a needle, I'm gonna fucking get real faint and woozy, and it's gonna see white. It happens. I've watched episodes of Grey's Anatomy where they get too gross. Like, ugh. Gory shit. You throw Final Destination out, I'm gonna black out. You could steal my wallet. That's what's gonna happen. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman's death, man. I know this was hitting a lot of people hard, especially my friends in the black community, because he became like a symbol. Black Panther, which by the way I got right here. Got Black Panther. Got Iron Man in the background. I was thinking about posting one of those cheesy Instagram photos. Little kids doing it's cute. I don't know if you guys have seen, a lot of little kids have been posting photos of like Black Panther laying down and like all the Avengers around him. Some kids even had Thanos in the picture. I'm like, I get you have the toy, but why the fuck would Thanos give a shit that Black Panther died? Anyway, real cute, I suppose. Some of these kids were young though. Some kids are like 5 or 6. I'm trying to think when I was 5 or 6, when my dad would be like, hey, you know that actor you liked? He's fucking dead. Like, I don't know. I don't know if my dad would do that. I think it's a little strange. It's my take on that, at least. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna replace him, or I think they're probably just gonna write into the storyline that like something happened and they'll do like with like stock footage of CGI, some battle. I don't know. I don't even want to think that far, because I still want to talk about the man, Chadwick Boseman, because this was a guy that was going through all this shit, kept it to himself. He found out in 2016. That's when he first became Black Panther. He's introduced in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the movie Captain America Civil War, which is a great movie, and he's badass in it. This dude was a great actor. Because I saw 42 like the opening weekend, because I'm a huge baseball guy, and he nailed it. He was so good in that role. So yeah, for this to happen, man, and then seeing all the montages, this reminds me of Robin Williams' death in a lot of ways. Robin Williams' death hit me a little bit harder as a comedian. This one hits me with the whole cancer angle and just seeing someone get into their prime and being cut down. and a great guy too. Everyone had nothing but genuine things to say about him. Never heard anything bad about like, oh, he was difficult to work with, or he did this or that. And he was being positive and uplifting to other kids. He was like visiting kids in hospitals who were dealing with cancer, and he just had great life advice for people. There's some really good talks I've seen where people are showing like interviews he's been in and just like the life advice and look it up at the MTV Movie Awards when he won like Best Actor for Black Panther or Best Superhero, whatever the award was. I don't watch the MTV Movie Awards, you know. And if you do, cool. I'm sure that they were good once upon a time. But there, he gave the award to this guy who had wrestled a gun away from a shooter, like at a Waffle House. This dude started shooting up a Waffle House, and this dude Black Panthered him. Like he took care of business. Wakanda forever, you know. And he gave him that award, which I thought was really cool, you know, to recognize like true heroes and shit like that. So it's good to see. Yeah, it sucks, you know. So, you know, guys, I think men in particular, I mean, I'm sure he was taking care of himself, but guys, we really do got to check ourselves. I got to make some appointments. I want to live a long time. I'm not sure if you would have caught it sooner, who knows, but I look like a very healthy, guy in great physical shape. You just never know with cancer, man. It's a fucked up illness. I wish as America as a whole took better care, like we had a better healthcare system, and I wish the pharmaceutical industry wasn't a bunch of trying to profit off of sick people motherfuckers. And I know some of you out there would be like, well, them making money is what leads to innovation, and that's how they find all these pills and shit like that. There could be a happy medium between, okay? And plus, that's the pharmaceutical people. The scientists digging this shit up they just need government grants. They're not fucking looking for profits. Dude, they get off on, you know, being the smartest person in the room. They don't need, it's only those little fucks, right? Those little corporate pieces of shit. Like that one dude, what was his name, Martin Scarelli or whatever, who bought the rights to the AIDS drug, which who the fuck, why were those for sale? And was like, oh, it used to be $70, $800. I'm a little fucking weasel with a little thin dick. You know, that's how I didn't say small, I said thin, because those dudes have like tiny pencil dicks. And that's why they're very upset, because they're like, length, I should be okay. I should be satisfying women, but it's so thin that the women are just like, what is this? What are you sticking a number 2 up my puss? I don't like this. Sorry, this was supposed to be a tribute to a great actor who passed away sadly, and now I'm going off on tangents here. That's how comedians handle death. We're not good with it. But yeah, if you guys, you know, you're gonna get teary-eyed, some of you with it, seeing all the stuff with the Black Panther reaction. What a big movie that was. Look, as whites, you don't get whiter than this guy. We take for granted a lot of this stuff. You know, everything's for like looks like people look like me. I didn't even realize that there'd never been like a real true superhero movie with a black lead. Black Panther was the first one. I mean, there've been other like ones. I remember like Blank Man with Damon Williams back in the day, or Damon Wayans, I should say. Damon Wayans back in the day. That was like a funny movie, but that wasn't like a real from the comic books. Black Panther like was introduced. I think he was like in Fantastic Four in like 1965 or something like that. I should probably look this up. Did Black Panther take it from the Black Panthers, or did the Black Panthers take it from Black Panther? Because I think it'd be cooler if the Black Panthers took it from Marvel's Black Panther. You know, it'd be like a new group of, let's say, like, I was gonna say like if there was like a new Mexican liberation group or whatever, but there's not a Mexican superhero. Why can't I think of a Mexican superhero? There needs to be one. That's like the next thing. Get on it, Marvel. I would ask DC to do it, but they don't really do that stuff that well. Justice League could have been better. I think the Batman movie's usually pretty great. You guys see the new Batman trailer? Looks pretty dope. I think Robert Pattinson's going to show you guys some stuff. That guy could act. Everyone just thinks he's that vampire guy, but I think he's got some skills. All right, I just wanted to talk to you guys about this, react to what's going on. For those of you checking me out for the first time, I'm a stand-up comedian. I've got like almost 3 hours of stand-up comedy clips on the YouTube channel. Check all that shit out. I had to take a break from the podcast for a little bit. I need to get a better microphone situation. I had like a weird echo going on, so I haven't had any guests, but I just wanted to pop in, talk to you guys on YouTube. You guys are amazing. Tell your friends. I got a whole bunch of shit on the Patreon channel too. It's patreon.com/Joe Kilgallon. Thanks for checking it out. Be good to each other out there.